Yibane, we will build it. Olam chesed yibane. We will build this world from love. Yibane, we will build it.
Boker Tov, good morning, and welcome to today's Elul Soul Brew. Curated voices from around the world, bringing you through a journey of introspection and inspiration leading up to the high holidays. I'm Rabbi Bluth, host and producer of the Soul Brews with the Beth Tzedek Center for Spiritual Wellbeing. On tap today, we will be hearing from the wonderful Aviva Chernick. Aviva Chernick is a queer artist, a ritual leader, and meditation teacher who brings the artistry of voice, story, and movement to each and every offering. Aviva also wrote the beautiful music that introduces each and every soul brew, and was really supportive and inspirational for this whole project. So Aviva, with love, we are excited to hear from you, and I will start with our morning question. Leading up to the high holidays, what is your soul brewing?
Yibane, 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 olam chesed yibane. Yibane, we will build it. Olam chesed yibane. We will build this world from love. Boker Tov. Good morning. I'm Aviva Chernick, and I'm the Beth Tzedek Artist in Residence, and delighted to be teaching this morning's Soul Brew. So, what is my soul brewing this Elul, you ask? Well, this Olam Chesed Yibaneh. 3 words from Psalm 89, verse 3, Pasuk 3, that translated directly mean a world which manifests your loving kindness you did build. But I'd like to take some time to find out, what does that actually mean today, in this moment, and for us in the coming year? So I'm going to have my tea, and then I'd like to invite you to walk with me. Let's go. Olam chesed yibaneh. World, loving kindness, build. But in the biblical conjugation, you did build, meaning the divine did build. And in contemporary Hebrew, we will build. We will build this world from love. Why this theme now? Let's look at the Jewish calendar. So we are in 7 weeks of consolation, 7 weeks from Tisha B'Av, the 9th day of the month of Av, until Rosh Hashanah. And for Tisha B'Av, we joined together to mourn the destruction of both temples, many other horrific events in our Jewish history. That was a crumbling of the walls. A crumbling of the walls of the structure of Jewish practice that we had always known. And a grieving because we didn't think we'd survive without it. We're at this time in a global pandemic, we also have the crumbling of many walls. The crumbling of structures that have been so familiar that we didn't even maybe think about them. The structures of gathering together in community, of putting our arms around each other, of embracing and hugging our loved ones. Those walls have also been crumbling. And then we are at a time where we are being asked once again to stand up against racial injustice, against the hurt and the killing of Black bodies, and the dehumanizing of the Black community. These are walls also. Walls that need to be dismantled, walls that must come crumbling down. So we have walls that crumbled and walls that need to crumble. a bringing down of the walls. But the text says, we will build this world from love. You did build it, and we will build it. How does one build? I think that building involves choice. What's choice? Well, this morning when I woke up and I came down to the kitchen, I opened up the cupboard and then I chose my tea. I had a whole bunch of teas to choose from, and I chose hibiscus because that's my favorite. Then I chose this shirt, then I chose these jeans, and I put these sandals on instead of my other ones because they'd be better for walking down this lane, which I then chose. I chose where I live. I have the privilege of choosing who I love. And then the question is, how do I love? I also get to choose that, although sometimes it seems like we're oppressed and we're not able to choose. Think of how many times you said, I had no choice. But in fact, if we take some time, we might be able to notice that we do actually have choice around our behavior. Not always around what's happening, but all about how we choose to be within what's happening, how we think, how we respond, and how we react. So let's take some time in meditation to figure this out further, and we'll sit together. Find a comfortable place to sit, a couch, chair. You can even do this standing. Very brief moment in meditation. You can let your eyes drop closed, or you can have them open. Let's take a moment to notice that you are breathing. Breath is moving into the body and out of the body. If you're breathing through your nose, you might notice this breath coming in through the nostrils and out through the nostrils. Or if you're breathing through your mouth, in through the lips and out past the lips. Let's follow this for 3 whole breaths, witnessing the breath as it enters and exits the body. And we're going to do this one more time, and I want to invite you to notice when your mind wanders away from the task of witnessing the breath moving. Witnessing the breath moving in and out. Noticing when the mind wanders. This is a moment of waking up. And this is a moment where you can choose to invite your awareness back gently and lovingly to the focus at hand, the breath. A moment of practicing, noticing where we have choice. This is from the Talmud, Brachot 64b. Rabbi Elazar, actually in the Hebrew, Amar Rabbi Elazar, Amar Rabbi Chanina, Talmidei Chachamim Marbim Shalom Ba'olam Shene'amar, V'chol Banaich Limudei Adonai, V'rav Shalom Banaich, Al Tikrei Banaich, Ela Bonaich. Rabbi Elazar said, in the name of Rabbi Chanina, students of Torah increase peace in the world. As the prophet Isaiah said, all your children shall be taught by Adonai, and your children shall increase peace. Do not read the word as banaich, your children, but rather as bonaich, your builders. My friends, each of us is a builder. We are part of building this world through loving kindness. We can choose how to be part of that building. How will you choose to do so this year, in this moment, in this day, and in this year 5781 to come? So many options of ways to make these gentle changes and large actions. To breathe before responding and reacting. To change, to notice and awaken to the ways we think about ourselves and others, and to choose differently. And then to choose to engage in the action to dismantle systems that we are part of that oppress others. So many ways we can be part of building this world through loving kindness. Take a moment now to write these things down. 3 things. Olam chesed yibaneh. I will build this world from love. And I invite you to join me. I'm Aviva Chernick. I'm delighted to be with you today for Soul Brew, and I wish you a beautiful rest of the month of Elul and a Shana Tova Umetuka.
We will build this world from love.